I won, guys. I won a contest to buy this watch. It cost $170, the GW6900 NASA. And immediately after winning that contest to buy this watch, it just went on sale. You don't even need to buy it. Was I bamboozled? Well, it's GW6900 NASA. And I should have listened to Telegram, because according to Telegram, NASA means to deceive. And, well, I cannot confirm or deny that. But I was interested in this watch. And I'll show you why. All right, let's get all this out of the way. It's green, all right? What is the significance of that? I don't know. All right, and there it is. The GW6900, and that's the clue, okay? As opposed to the DW6900. There it is, all right. So, right there on the bottom, multiband 6 and tough solar, right? So, this feels nice and soft, but does it fit? Let's try it on and see. Just barely, huh? Almost. Almost. I don't know if it fits well. But anyways, let me just, let's just look at it first. So the 6900 is very popular G-Shock watch. And there's a lot of customized variations and collaborations. And this is with NASA, all right? And so you have some decorations here on the keeper. There's an American flag. It says NASA. This is nicknamed the Three Eyes, from what I understand. So two of them have a blue tint, and one of them has a red tint that's ticking away the seconds. And I like watches that have multi-band 6 and tough solar. And so that made me interested in this watch. And this band looks like the one from the GW5610. Phil, bring your watch over here. Phil wears the GW5610. So, yeah, the band is just like the square, the band on the square, right? So, the pushers are silver colored. There's screws there that are silver colored, and this band feels pretty supple. It feels like maybe a different material than some of the other bands. Definitely different material than the El Cheapo Casio. The light button is on the front, and when you press the light button, you have the formula for gravity, right? Is that what it says? Gravity is equal to the sum or the product of two masses squared. What is the formula for gravity? Do you guys know?
Yeah.
You can't see it. You know what, D?
Let me see. Is it over the radius squared? The distance squared?
Oh, yeah.
The two masses.
Yeah, over the radius squared. You can see r squared there.
Where does it show it?
All right, so you probably could not take this to the SATs, all right? Because they would say that you're cheating bringing in the formula for gravity. Definitely on the SAT 2s, all right? So the solar panel is around the and all that blacked out space is actually the solar panel, all right? And you have the alarms, the beeping. You have a stopwatch that has hundredths of a second, a timer. How high do you think the timer goes? Do you think it goes higher than the DWH5600? Let's see. See how high the timer goes. All right, you have to press the button for each integer. No, you can hold it. All right, it looks like a 24-hour timer. All right, that's good. And you start it with this button. You get seconds, minutes, hours. All right. And so, is this time correct? 3:57 p.m. What time is it right now?
3:57.
Right on the money. All right, so multiband 6 is will keep the time in sync. And so we'll sync up automatically every night at midnight. And then you have the different time zones, right? Did you hear those beeps? There's a different tone for the beep when you return back to the home screen. All right, so that's fantastic. I mean, for me personally, I don't know if it doesn't. I mean, I guess it fits pretty tight on my left arm. That's just for me. I'll try it out. I'll see how it works. And I've actually never tried on the 6900. And boys, what do you think? What do you think about it? Brian, what do you think about this one?
Looks cool.
Looks cool.
Looks like Brian's.
Yeah, all right. So we have some NASA stuff here. This is a previous edition of the NASA G-Shock. And this is in the G-Shock book, okay? And this particular model is the GW6900 NASA 20-7. And on the back, it has a picture of the space shuttle to commemorate the 40th anniversary of the space shuttle. All right. So when I was a kid, the space shuttle was a big deal. What's on the back of this one? The physics formula for energy. Energy equals half the product, or half of the product of mass times velocity squared. All right. So if you're in physics class and the teacher sees you taking off your NASA watch to look at the back, you may be in big trouble. All right, one other thing that Greg Anderson of the Good Timekeeping Show pointed out was that this module, which is 3179, even though it has a multiband 6 and tough solar, is not the most updated module for the GW6900. That there's some updates to that module, and I'm not privy to all that information. I do know about the Square, Phil's watch. Bring it over here again.
All the watches.
Did you guys hear all of our watches beep? It just turned 4 p.m. Phil has the 5610U, okay? So when you go to, say for example, you go to the stopwatch, right? The local time, see how it says 4 p.m. in that corner? That's what the updated module gives you. And so on this 6900, when you go to the stopwatch, it does not show you the local time. And I'm not sure if the updated module for the 6900 has that. But this cost $170, which is a $50 premium over the regular GW6900. You know, if you're just interested in the GW6900, you might be better off just buying a regular old 6900. Now, as far as buying this NASA Special Edition, it was a contest, right? That's how G-Shock was selling it at first. They're like, if you want to buy it, you have to enter, and then if you are one of the lucky chosen, then you will be billed. Otherwise, you will be refunded. And I won, and I was like, oh yeah, I won. That's great. And then immediately after winning, anybody can buy this now. You don't have to enter a special contest, right? Now, since they're selling this, Donald, stop hitting that, okay? Pick up the baby so she doesn't cry. Since it's a collector's item, you would expect there to be special packaging. You know, collectors love thematic packaging. This packaging does not seem to have any type of NASA specific packaging, unless there's something I'm missing as far as the green. I mean, when I think of NASA, I think of Tang, so maybe they should have had orange. I don't know what the green's all about. But the flair on this, again, for NASA, is that it says NASA. You have blue, and red on the eyes. You have you press the light button, you have the formula for gravity, right? And on the back, you have the formula for an impact. Excuse me. Oh, and the American flag, all right? And so, when I was a kid, NASA was a big deal. It was like, you know, I was born in 80. right? So in the 80s, you had the space shuttle. And it was like a pretty big deal, all of the space program, because remember the Cold War was still going on, right? So space exploration was a big topic, and astronauts played a big part in our education, and it was like teachers always tried to throttle the imagination, asking us about the future. What do you think the future is going to be like? And space exploration was a big deal, right? And we were told that there would be like a base on the moon and eventually a colony on Mars, all right? So this is the World Book Millennium Edition. This is an encyclopedia from the year 2000. And so look at this section. And this is talking all about space exploration. And this is what we were sold on, right? Like this space shuttle, when I was a kid, was getting to be old, and they were like, just imagine what the next one's going to be like. Well, guess what? There was no next one. The space shuttle was decommissioned. And then they were like, we're going to send people to Mars. Just wait, in the year 2020. Well, here we are in the year 2024. And NASA, is not exploring space. We have to hitch a ride to get to the to get to the space station. We need some help from the Russians, right? So, a little disappointed, but, here's a Lego astronaut. And Phil just built this little moon buggy, right? That spaceman looks pretty cool. So, I'm not sure how much of a collector's item this is going to be, but this seemed like a pretty cool GW6900, and I am happy to see the Multiband 6 and tough solar, all right? And coming up, just to preview some other things we're going to talk about, I've been asked about the software update on the GBDH2000. And Dee, you have your DWH5600?
Yes.
There was an update to that software too. So we're going to go over exactly what that update was, because Casio's not publishing bulletins on their software updates, all right?
I already updated mine.
Oh, you updated yours?
Yeah.
All right. So we have to look at what was updated. Do you know?
Well, it stopped working as well. And it was getting kind of buggy.
Yeah.
And so it said that it needed to update. When I updated it, everything worked fine.
Okay,
I was
there you
having
go.
trouble pairing and stuff.
It works better. I guess that's what the update is.
Well, I mean, it was working fine until it said it needed an update, and then it stopped working fine until I updated it.
Conspiracy,
Yeah.
huh? All right, in the WSB1000, the step counter, we tested the step counter today at Lubbock Lake Landmark, comparing it to the GBDH2000. So I have to put that video together, all right? And maybe we should do some tough tests, some space-related tough tests for this NASA Special Edition. Like, we could see whether this NASA Special Edition watch can survive the Van Nuys radiation belt. It's a radiation belt between Earth and the Moon that is notorious for killing all life and destroying basic electronic equipment. So we'll see if this one can survive by simulating that amount of radiation. All right, maybe we could put it in a vacuum and see if it could survive the vacuum of space.
You're going to put it in the microwave?
Yeah, we could just throw it in the microwave. Why not? We got some spare microwaves, right? All right, guys, what do you think about the GW6900? I want to encourage Casio to keep on using Multiband 6 and the solar powered. Feel a little bit bamboozled about the whole contest, but like I said, I'm happy to have a Multiband 6 watch. And all right, Brian, are you wearing two watches at once? Come over, bring it over here. Brian's wearing two watches at once. All right, Brian has his regular G-Shock, and over it he has the King, which needs a little bit of sun. You might want to wear that outside. All right, guys. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father except through him. I'm Jim Kincaid. Thanks for watching.